Okay, so we're back again, this time talking after plan quality management resulted in the quality management plan. Now we're going to manage quality, and the output of this process in managing quality will be quality reports, which will be inspection results or test and evaluation documents, and of course potential change requests. That kind of makes sense. So here we are in manage quality. We plan to perform quality assurance. So in this execution project group, remember I said anytime we see the word manage or managing something, we're in the execution process group. So here we're going to translate the plan that we've done into executable activities and ensures the team is adhering to standards or following the process. So it increases the probability that we're going to meet our objectives. So we're asking the question, are we following the processes and meeting the standards in the project? This really results in managing quality three things. It includes all quality assurance activities, it includes the product design, and it includes continuous process improvement. And those three items lead to conformance. That's exciting. So I have as my inputs my project plan, project documents, and OPAs, organizational process assets. It's just that easy. So we're going to skip through those to manage quality tools. So the tools, while I'm performing this quality assurance, is all the following. There are a lot there. We're going to talk about them in some detail in the next few slides. So this is worth a review, and it's also listed in the PMBOK guide, page 292 and following. Okay. Notice the bottom, quality improvements, PDCA, that was plan, do, check, act. That was Deming's approach to quality. And Six Sigma. Six Sigma is about lean processing. It's a methodology to develop lean or streamlined processes that don't change the scope. Okay. All right, let's move on then. Some of the basic quality tools listed, and that is part of these tools that we're talking about. So the basic quality tools include flowcharting. Typical flowchart is on the right in the slide. Some decision points marked by the diamonds with yes or no, depending on, and that changes what direction you will go. A type of flowcharting is also called the SIPOC, and that stands for suppliers, inputs, processes, outputs, and customers, and it's seen as a flowchart. Here's an example at the bottom of a SIPOC that a team member of mine did that worked for A7 in the Air Force. It was about the Air Force inspection system that I was working on, and they had a hard time translating what I wanted from the inspection agency into processes. So they developed the flowchart called the SIPOC. You don't need to read that, but you can see it in action. Okay? Another of the basic quality tools are scatter diagrams. Okay? And these are all called correlation charts and sometimes referred to as regression analysis or scattergram, sometimes a scatter plot. So scatter diagrams is the formal term we generally will use. And it's about looking at two variables on an X and Y axis. So you can see the first one on the top left is a very strong positive correlation as it goes up and to the right. The one on the right goes down, so on the XY axis, so it's a strong negative correlation. The center left is a possible positive because it's generally going up and to the right. And then the one to the right of that is general negative correlation. And at the bottom, you see no correlation at all. Just ways you might see it. It's relating between two variables. Then we have, after flowcharting and scatter diagrams, the histogram, which is you see it on the bottom left picture. It's a vertical bar chart, and it just isolates common causes. So each of the bars stands for an item which becomes a cause, okay? And that's how often that it occurred. Then you see a Pareto diagram, which takes a histogram and actually turns it and reorders. It's just a bar chart like a histogram, but it reorders in descending order. And frankly, the 80-20 rule applies that in general, 80% of your issues are caused by your top 20% of your bars. In this case, the first couple of bars hit, first 2 or 3 bars will hit the 80% mark. That's where you want to focus your time. And then there are cause and effect diagrams. These are root cause analysis. If you see root cause, it's likely referring to cause and effect diagram. You'll just ask why. So in the diagram on the right, you see the problem statement put on the far right in red. And from there, your first cause will be, well, is it the environment? Well, is it the equipment, the materials, the measures, the people, the processes? And then from there, you ask what measures or what people, and then you continue to ask why until you get to the root cause. Okay. Continuing with the basic quality tools are affinity diagrams. These are just ways to group things, group common items. Affinity diagrams, and you see a picture of it there. And then there are matrix diagrams, and I showed you a picture of a matrix diagram. We've talked about those before. Okay, and then I want to talk about quality audits. The quality audit is another quality management tool. Quality audit, and it's a structured, independent process to ensure processes comply with the organization. So quality audit, it is a structured review, keep that in mind. It includes identification of best practices, so as the quality audit team, an independent team, finds it, they're going to share it with your project and with everyone else. Best practices. And maybe it's not a best practice you came up with, maybe they're going to bring you ideas of best practices in a related function. And it's a proactive effort to reduce the cost of quality,